In this video, we're going to discuss finding conditional probabilities using a contingency or two-way table. This corresponds to Common Core Standards for Mathematics S-CP.3 and S-CP.4. Contingency tables display counts of two categorical variables. Let's take a look at one and consider some of the questions we might be able to answer using it. 200 children were randomly selected and asked whether they participate in after-school sports. The responses are shown in the table below. What is the probability that a randomly selected child participates in after-school sports? Note that this is not a conditional probability, since we're not restricting to any particular category. Here, we simply take the total number of children who participate in after-school sports, 134, divided by 200, the total number of children in the sample. We can represent this answer in decimal form as 0.67 or 67% in percent form, or we could represent it as a reduced fraction, which would be 67 over 100. Now suppose we want to determine the probability that a randomly selected child plays after-school sports given that the child is male. So here, we're restricting to a particular condition, the condition that the child must be male. So I can only look at this row, which represents all of the male children. Given that the child is male, so in other words, out of 100 male students, the number that play sports is 63. Which in decimal form is obviously 0.63, or in percent form, 63%. Let's take a look at one more question. What is the probability that a randomly selected child is female, given that the child does not play after-school sports? Again, we see the phrase given that, which tells us that we're restricting to a particular condition, and the condition is that the child does not play after-school sports. So, out of all children who do not play after-school sports, of which there are 66, the probability that the randomly selected child is female is 29 over 66, which is approximately 0.4393 or 43.93%. So this concludes our example on conditional probability. I hope you found it helpful, and we'll see you next time.